Hello everyone, my name is Eliel and today I'm going to be talking about how we organize ourselves, in particular climate change. I chose this topic because before I knew very little about climate change. The little I knew was that climate change was bad and it can be caused by air pollution. So I wanted to find out more. That's why I chose this topic. Climate change refers to long-term changes in global temperatures and other characteristics of the atmosphere. My theme is how we organize ourselves, and my central idea is our agricultural economic activities and their impact on humankind and the environment. My key concepts are responsibility, change, and connection. My lines of inquiry are responsibilities in humans' way of lives, changes in our environments, and how our economic activities impact humankind and the environment. Responsibilities in our way of lives. All humans have a responsibility to behave with integrity and be honest. No person or group should steal from anybody's property. Changes in our environment. Environmental change is a change or disturbance caused by certain factors, such as natural disasters, animal interferences, and economic activities. How our economic activities impact humankind and the environment. Economic activities like going to the office impact humankind and the environment because most people use transport to get to their offices. And these transports run on fossil fuels. And fossil fuels are made by burning oil and natural gases to make fuel. Here is a mind map I made when I knew very little about climate change. Global emissions, changes in global temperatures, weather patterns, changes in other characteristics of the atmosphere, greenhouse gases. Here are some causes of climate change. Generating power. Generating electricity and heat by burning fossil fuels causes climate change because when you burn stuff like oil, coal, and natural gases, this can cause global emissions. Another cause of climate change is using transport. Most vehicles like cars, planes, and ships run on fossil fuels. Producing food. Producing food needs energy to run farm equipment, and as I said earlier, most energy is made by burning fossil fuels, which can cause air pollution. Here are some ways we can reduce climate change. Using electric cars, using plastic and recycle bins, wasting less food, walk or using a bicycle, and picking up litter. Here is the earth burning in a fire because of climate change. And this is a poster about climate change facts. More than 1 million species are at risk because of climate change. The average global temperatures on the earth has increased. 800 to 600 million years ago, the earth was very cold as ice. This is a 3D model I made of the earth when it's clean. I did this by blowing a balloon, then using starch and then keeping starch around it. Then I kept newspapers around it, then painted it blue and green. Here is a painting of acid rain. During my PYP exhibition, I wanted to find out more and enhance my knowledge on climate change. So I did some interviews. The first person I interviewed was Dr. Rizmanas, and he told me a lot about climate change. And he gave me an idea that I should farm in a sustainable way to stop climate change. Because if I'm doing this, I'm recycling to use a container, and I'm not using any fertilizers, pesticides, or any other artificial chemicals. The next person I interviewed was Dr. Bernard Van Lawe, and he told me about greenhouse gases. Did you know that cows fart? Yes, cows fart, and they produce a huge amount of methane. My next interview was Mrs. Fabiola Ortega, and I interviewed her because of what Dr. Rizmana said, that I could farm in a sustainable way. So she taught me the basics of farming and gave me some seeds. My last interview was Dr. Mignua Jana, and he told me about economics and the impact on humankind and the environment. In my PYP exhibition, I went on a survey to find out people's opinions on causes of climate change. The causes here were littering, creating energy, deforestation, manufacturing, using transport, and the greenhouse effect. 9 people chose the greenhouse effect, and only 1 person chose using transport. Which one do you think the biggest cause of climate change is? In my PYP exhibition, I also took an action where I taught the junior and senior assembly on how to farm in a sustainable way. I did this by splitting them up into groups and giving each group a pot. Then, for the senior assembly, there was a nylon filled with sand in the middle, and each of them will come and fill their containers and choose their seeds, either tomatoes or beans. Most people chose tomatoes. Here is one of the results of one group's plants. This is a tomato. This action shows that you don't need fertilizers or chemicals to plant seeds. And I want my audience to save the earth, do something, reduce, reuse, and recycle. In my school, we also practice on saving the earth. Here we use bottle bins, compost bins, nylon bins, and paper bins. My ATL skills are thinking skills and communication skills. In conclusion, I learned a lot about climate change thanks to my investigation. And I want all of you to act in ways to reduce climate change and to save the planet Earth. Thank you.
It produces a lot. This is the local chili. So when you plant local vegetables, you will produce a lot. Local chili, 2 different types of chili, all the way with only tires.
That all of us are contributing to the climate change today. All of us. Then if all of us could be conscious of that, I think we have the solution already of minimizing these
Because they can be warm inside. We consider we kids to ourselves. Yeah, we're leaving in the just Oh, wow. Wow.
Do you guys have a complaint?
Yeah, like gonna use it. Yeah.